to the play. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Caitlin Cordani. I am a team, I'm a travel agent with Archer Travel and a new team mentor. And I'm so excited to be here today to teach you guys about instant commissions and how to accept them with Square. So we're going to set it all up and get ready to go. But I just want to say, if you guys need any help, this is my email right here. You can email me. I also have a different email for team building. So if you want to join my team, I'm always available as well. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to close the waiting room here. All right, so this is informal. You can mic up and interrupt me if you have any questions. What I'm going to do today is demonstrate how to get started and teach you how to build your Square. And then I'm going to show you my personal Square and what pricings I provide to my clients that are happy to pay them. I just want to kind of break the stigma that people aren't going to pay for your services. Sure, you're going to have people that are going to be like, I don't want to work with you because you have service fees that I have to pay. And you know, that helps me save my time and my money on doing my job, because at the end of the day, they can ghost me all day long. But if I have service fees, people need to pay that if they're in a contract. So, you know, those are definitely things that separate you from the bookers and the lookers. Okay. I also like to look at service fees as your time is valuable. Okay. You spend the time doing the research, you spend the time sitting on the phone, you spend the time putting it all together. And that is definitely, sorry guys, my light just, that is definitely worth money. Okay. And your commissions aren't right away. So when you're being paid for commissions from suppliers, you have to wait for the clients to actually travel. Let's say your clients booked to travel 2 years in advance. You're not going to get paid for 2 years. So you need something for your time now. This instant commission platform, Square, keeps track of your invoices, gives you tax documents at the end of the year, and you can download this information and save it to your computer and your filing system for your tax person, bookkeeper, receipts, IRS stuff, you know, things like that. And then also you can send and receive digitally. And I have tap pay from Square on my phone. I also have a couple tablets I'm setting up, and I'm going to have tap pay from Square on my tablet. So they take their phone, they open their wallet, tap their phone on your device, and they can make a payment right in front of you. Simple. So you can take credit, debit, direct deposit, and Cash App as well. And if you guys develop a system for gift certificates or like discounts or anything, you can also take payment for those as well. So does anybody have any questions before we move on to the starting point? I'm a very interactive type of team, trainer. So I do like to see if you guys can answer my questions along the way. Okay, so I see no questions. I'm just gonna keep moving. So this is free. I don't pay anything for this. They do have pro upgrades so that you can do more things, but they give you access to so many options, and it does come with a website so that you can, I'll show you my website real quick, guys. This is what my website looks like. Let me find it first. This is my home-based website. So I have a banner and, you know, a service menu, welcome, and it gives them a little bit about what I do. And then it has my packages and pricing right at the top. This book now button I'll show you in just a minute. Okay. And everybody can see my screen, right? You can see my hours of operations. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then it has like a welcome, little bio down here, just kind of letting them know further information about what I do, and then request an appointment, and then they submit, and then I attached my Instagram page to this. So every time my Instagram posts, it goes to here on my square and also my Pinterest board. So I don't need to manage my Pinterest board. I just use it um for finding pictures for marketing and stuff. And then you can attach this to a website. So I have it linked to my link tree. And then these are all my socials. These are all interactive buttons that you can put your links to, and then the type of pay that I accept. And then there's an email subscription that they can sign up. If I had like an email, like I'm developing a blog for my website. If I were to take that blog and put it into an email subscription service, I can send this out to the people who sign up under here for this email. So this is my website that comes with Square. And then to book, you just simply click book here, and it gives them the option to select the service. So I have multiple different packages available for each service, and they can select one. Okay, I only allow one, but you can allow multiple services if you want to break it down differently. If they wanted to do a la carte, it would be like a domestic or international package. I also have payment options. They can cancel and pay a service fee for me if they wanted to do that. So like for example, service fees for me are $50 at events. I'm standing there spending time talking to you, and you want to book an appointment with me. My time is limited. You definitely need to pay to get your spot. So this is a service fee that I would put on that receipt. And then you got group packages for cruising, domestic and international. These are different. So the pricings you see are varying. So the package and wedding and honeymoon package is $500, is my most expensive service fee that I have, but this takes a lot of time. Brides typically have travel agents start 2 years in advance and start doing holds on things for their wedding. So then you've got just a wedding, just a honeymoon destination, and those are $250 a piece. And then you got your international packages. And I'm going to show you how to build all of this, guys. Okay. So once you do, we're just going to do a flights only ticket. It's $25 for domestic. So I have these appointments available, or I have these appointments available. So you're selecting a time to meet with me. So we're just going to do the 22nd, and then at 2 p.m. and it sets up an appointment with me. So then you put the card on file, you authorize it, and then this payment is we'll use the card on file above. They're authorizing me to store their card information in their account with this button, so I'll be able to make that payment. And then they have to agree to my cancellation policy. And this is the cancellation policy. They have to give me at least a day before the beginning of my appointment, or there's a $200 cancellation payment due at the event of a no call, no show of any appointment booked. And then they book the appointment. And so if something like this were to go through, I would give my client a call. Hey, I got your appointment request. Thanks for booking with me. I did see that your payment went through, so I'm ready to help you find your flights. Let's go through the information, and I'll then take them through the qualification process. If you haven't gone through that training, or how to book a client start to finish, I do recommend doing that training. to understand what the qualification process is. Okay. So this can only be held for 30 minutes and then it'll cancel out. So I'm just going to cancel this by clicking the home button up at the top. Boom. I didn't book anything. I didn't put any payment in, and that'll just be sitting in my cart until it expires and then it'll dump. So that's really how I've got my website set up. So let's go ahead and deep dive into how to get started. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Excellent. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. We don't want to shop. We don't want to do anything. And then there's a sign up button right here. So I have an account. We're going to sign up with my training account so that you guys can see that process. Okay. So you're going to create a password. And then you agree to the terms. We're all located in the United States. If you're not, go ahead and scroll down. They have the majority of the countries in the world. I believe Square is worldwide, but they might not be able to take a few countries, very few countries. I see. So there's a lot of countries on this one as well. All right, so we're gonna save that because yes, please. Always save your passwords to your password keypad thing on your browser. This way you can keep track of what passwords and it's easier to log in. You have like a million. So I'm an instructor teacher. So we're travel agents. You can just say other service provider, you know, travel agent, business owner, things like that. So you get set up with your location and today's date. This is the dashboard, y'all. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. Okay, so first you shop for hardware, but you don't want to start this because hardware is expensive and it also requires you to work with the sales team. Okay. So if you get approved for to accept payments, you have to verify your identity to get started. So I took a picture of my driver's license front and back, and then I took a selfie of myself, and they were able to take the selfie picture and the picture on my driver's license and verify me right then and there. And I was able to set up the tap to pay. So that's to accept payments. And then you download the app on your mobile devices. The desktop works perfectly fine for the for like the web browser. But on the mobile devices like your phone, I have it on my phone. I'm gonna put it on my tablets. Like if you were to have it on those platforms, I highly recommend the apps for appointments and invoice. Okay, you don't need the contacts unless you are not feeding your contacts to your contact book. You do have to connect those. So like there's a setting in your appointments that you can choose to save your contacts to your address book, is what I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. All right, so then these are your key metrics. This is how many sales that you've made for the year and any returns that you might have. And then this is the amount of customers that you have, any returning customers, visits per customer on your website, spent per visit, so how much the average is, and any feedback, positive and negative. And then you have your payment type, so card, cash, other. This would be like a direct deposit payment from a bank account or a direct transfer, cash app, things like that, gift certificates. And then you have your items. It's a different breakdown. I don't have items, I have services. Though they're the same, but items display on your website just the same as services. And I noticed that it just kind of repeated everything and it was super confusing. So I didn't create the items for my website. You can choose to do the items instead of services, but the services I found have been easier for me to collect payment at the same time. So your online store is ready. So you get to preview your site, you get to pick your domain, and then you'll be able to publish. Like after you edit everything, you can publish it to the to the World Wide Web. And then you have your categories here. I have different categories on my dashboard that shows you like the domestic packages and the service fees and the international and the cruises and things like that. So you'll be able to make stuff for yourself as well. And then you have a square for retail, restaurants, gift cards, payroll, online, and payment links. Okay, so this is how you collect payments. You can just send people your link and collect a payment from them. So this is your home page, and then we're going to move on to transactions. Okay, so this is how you keep track of your transactions. Anything that's in a draft for an invoice sits here on this page, as well as canceled payments and paid payments. So this is like your history. Okay. And then we're going to go to reports. This is similar to the history of things. Mine is full of private information. So I'm using the training side to show you guys what the pages will look like. But when you have reports here, it'll show you, this is for sales summary. And so this is for each transaction. This is your itemized transactions. Okay. This is your sales trends. So this is what a graph shows on how many sales you've made for the year. And then the payment methods, this will break it down per payment type. So cash, card, other. If you have it displayed for different options like Cash App or an AHC transfer, it would be an online transfer from bank account to you. Those would also be broken down on this page as well. And then the item sales, this is where your items are tracked, not your services. So this is a good way to determine what is popular and what is not. I think this is more for a shop owner, someone who's selling things like this, or like necklaces, or, you know, clothing, things like that, because it would be easier for them to keep track of what sells better and flush out and discount and discontinue items, where we have services that we provide, and those prices and things are determined based on our suppliers. So it's kind of different because you're charging an extra cost on top of what they charge. So we wouldn't be really filtering out anything. You can just delete that service if you don't want to offer it anymore. Or you can keep track of it and not allow it to be booked online, and then activate it again later on your website when you want to offer it again. So that's the difference between items and services, and that's where this will be held here. And then you've got your category sales. These are sales made from the categories that you have. So I have, you know, my domestic and my international, my cruises and my groups and things like that. If you share your square with a team and you have people working for you, let's say you hire somebody to do an event, like a really big event, and you need multiple people to be able to help you, you can add team members here, and then you'll be able to track their sales for tax purposes, and also if you're paying them a commission. And then this is labor versus sales. This is kind of like the payroll. I'm not familiar with this. This is also an upgraded feature, so we're not going to go over that. And then we have discounts. These are things that you can provide. So I have a friends discount, a family discount, a military discount, and then a 50% off discount if I've given that away. And then I also have a free service fee option. And these discounts are all checkable underneath when you're putting out like an invoice to somebody. So you can modifier on the sales. I don't really have this board. It's not filled in for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip over this. But you've got your comps, voids, and taxes, and then fees. These are all like these are all things for like if you did a refund, these comps and voids would be tracking like what that refund is. So the comp would be like a cancellation, or a void would be like a refund. And then you do want to make sure that you are getting a tax ID for your business based on your state's laws. If you are required to pay for charge taxes on your service fees over like a certain amount or from $1, it just depends per state, per county, what their tax laws are. That would all be tracked here. And then your fees, this is all calculated based on what you offer and then what was purchased. And then your service charges, this is where I've set up my services here in this page. We're gonna go to the services and set those up, and then you'll see them filter into this page here. All right, and then the transaction status, this shows you if anything is out, pending, paid, overdue, canceled, things like that. And then you can have your gift cards. These are all different types of gift cards. It actually gives you the activity of the gift cards, how much they cost, load fee and refunds, and then customer reports. So this is for custom reports. These are for if you create and need to design a specific type of report. I don't really keep anything here in this page, but it is definitely something that you can do if you keep up with like inventory of stuff. And then you have your disputes. These are for card disputes. Cash drawers, I accept cash, so I would be able to enter in the amount of cash that I have in my box at the end of my events, and then my activity logs. This is an upgraded version for the Pro, but I did get the 30-day trial, and it was really cool. It does show you each transaction's activity, who's doing what at what time. It does break it down for the hour. It's really, really cool. And then you also have your settings for your reporting hours. This is HR payroll type of deal. If you wanted to, you can keep track of your hours based on like what you do for your job. I don't keep track of my hours because they're sporadic and could be up to 16 hours a day. And I'd probably lose like a ton of benefits that I have available to me right now if I were to keep track of my hours. But if I were at an event, I would definitely be keeping up with my hours because I can write that off. I'm doing a work something. I can write that off as a write-off for whatever supplies that I'm using, how long, if I have anything that needs to be depreciated on my taxes, for example, I would definitely use these reporting hours to write off how long I've been using it for. And then, so these are the items. This is the item library, channel listings. So you can create an item or import an item here. And then you can do channel listings. I don't have any set up channels, but we're going to be working in the service library in just a moment. And then you have your images here. You can upload files and folders. Files and documents if you wanted to import things. And then these are modifiers. So this allows you to modify a service if you want to put in like a custom pricing or like a custom discount or something. You can do that here. And then this is where your category items will be built, your discounts and options, and then units, how you want to measure your money, and then custom attributes, I don't really use these, but these are there for like if you want to create like an SEO for this and then upload it, you can create that. And then you also have your settings for dining, comp and void inventory, and payment links as well. So before we get started, any questions? I know I just went through like a ton of buttons and was like just speed talking real quick. So I charge a service fee. It depends. So Diana asked, when do you start charging service fees? I started charging a service fee right away. Okay. I wanted to not waste my own time by getting all the people that are price shopping and looking around and not wanting to do the work for themselves. Okay. And I don't do well with rejection for myself. And so I know that if I were to be ghosted, or if, they came to me and I did all this hard work and then they were like, no thanks. I was getting a lot of those in the first couple of months of in the first month or so of my business starting. It was discouraging. It's discouraging to get those types of people. And so I decided to start charging right away. And I actually did lose quite a few people who were interested in my services because they weren't wanting to spend the money to book the services that I offer. So it was definitely right away, pretty much the first 4 weeks. I really did take the time and put together some policies for my payment method. Let me actually pull those up for you guys. So this is my payment policy. And this is my service fee. Okay. And this is my cancellation policy. Okay. And I have found that once I establish rules for my business, like I'm going to follow. My business is a business, and you really have to look at it as your business is your business. And I had to really separate friends from clients, because my friends wanted something from me for free and my clients want me to actually do my job. And I figured out that my friends aren't going to be my clients unless they're going to pay my service fees. And so when I started the policies, it has really saved me. I got a couple people cancel on me. Yes, you have to pay my cancellation fee. I can charge up to $200, but I can choose to charge you less than $200 also, at a minimum of $50. So that's clearly written in my policies. You guys can see that on the pictures that I sent to the chat. But the policies are there to also protect my business, to be able to show everyone, hey, this is how it operates here, because I need you to understand that this is a business. And it just basically puts everything onto paper for you and your protection. So if someone were to also try to sue you, you'll be able to have those policies in place and protect your business as well. Absolutely, Diana. It's definitely my pleasure. All right. So any other questions before we get started? Because I really want to show you how to build these, and then I'll definitely do like a couple of them, and then I'll show you my actual back office for my Square. Okay. So I don't see any questions, so I'm just going to keep going. All right. So we're going to first thing that you need to do is set up your units on how you're going to measure your money. So I do by hour, and then I do every half hour. Okay. So this is how I do the time. And then you can add a unit to do for okay, so this is how you're going to measure your money by time. Okay. And then we're going to add in the options. Oh, no, sorry. We're going to start in the service library. So we're going to create a service first. So this is going to be like a service fee. Okay. And then you can pick a color or browse from your library. So for the training purposes, I'm just going to pick a color. Okay. So this is a service fee charged based on service policy. Okay. And then you can also drag and drop files here as well. And then this is available for all future locations. You can turn this on and off. If you have multiple locations, like I have one that's home based, and then I have one that's around the world. Because the around the world one, I have it set so that it tracks my location, so it changes the currency for where we're located. And so we have that set up. So these are the categories. I set it up through here, so we're gonna do that now. Okay, so the category, sorry, we're not gonna do that now because it won't let me select it. So I have to search for something and there's no categories to select. So we're just gonna go ahead and do a fixed price for $50. So I charge $50 for standing at an event. You want to make a booking with me, it's $50. And then see, this was measured. This is how we set it up. So most of my appointments are an hour long to give us the time that we need, but it typically is 30 to 45 minutes. So you can also add on hours, however long this takes. But we set our measurements to 30 minutes. Okay. And then the variations, if you wanted to, you can add in variations. So this could be, an event service fee. Okay. And then you can do browse library or upload a picture from your services, and then variation name. So event service fee. And then everything else is a fixed price because of how we set it up here. Okay. And then we have this one also that we can edit. And then you just click on the name for that event. So this is a secondary event service fee. So we're just gonna do 10% service fee. Okay, I charge 10% of the total cost for my clients' trips to be able to charge an instant commission. So I just set up my instant commission, $50, and then this is a varied price. So we're gonna set this up like this. So now we have a fixed price and a varied price on these services. We're gonna save this. Okay. And now you see how I've created service fee. So to create a second type of service, you want to create service and then do family packages. Okay, and then we're gonna just choose, a different color for all types of family packages. And then, drag and drop your image here. select a category. We'll set those up in just a moment. But this is a fixed varied price. So this is a fixed price or a varied price, and you could add images to this as well. So I charge $50 for my domestic locations. Okay, so this is going to start at $50. And then I'm going to change this to an hour. And then you want to add on variations. So this is a regular fixed price. And then you're going to do 150 for an hour for international travel. Okay. And then I don't charge that, but sorry. This is domestic travel. You know, you can change the price, do what you want with it. And then we're gonna change this to the hour. And then you could do, you know, $75. You could do per person, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and then add another one. This is so you add right here next to the price, you add right here. Why is this not working? Interesting. So we're just gonna add and then do we're gonna do cruises. And then you can charge a different price for this one, and it's you know, $100, for example. And then let's see. See, that changed it though. That's so strange. I have like 5 or 6 different ones set up on it. So that's so weird. Let's see if we can figure this out right quick. Troubleshooting 101. So we're going to delete this. Okay. So if you want to create this family package, you want to do a variable price right here. And then we're going to try and do this. Okay. Interesting. So I don't understand why this isn't working. Typically, I'm able to add like 5 or 6 different variables to the price, but it's not working today. So it just wants to be difficult, I guess. So we're just gonna do the domestic and international for training purposes. So that's so strange. Maybe because I have it set up under, we're just gonna do the categories next. So let's go ahead and set up the categories. So we're gonna go ahead and do domestic travel. All right, so you can browse and drop your items. All right, so we're gonna do family packages and service fees. Perfect. All right, and then we're gonna do save. And then we're gonna do category international travel. Okay, and then you want to.
Oh, sorry. Can you slow down just a little bit? I'm right there with you.
Sure. Where do I need to back up to?
Yeah, just to first create category, because you did it and then you did something else, and I was like, wait. So I'm still
okay. I can do that. Let me go back. We're gonna delete this and start over. Okay. So create category is in the center, right? So create category, and then we're gonna do domestic travel. And then this is a drag and drop for the image, and there's no parent category selected. This is a category that we're creating fresh, right? So you're going to add items. So you have items in your cart, in your services for what you want, but you can also create new items here as well. So you can create an item, add an item, create an item, add an item, create an item, add an item. Does that make sense? And then you delete, 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 and then go back. Okay. So we're just selecting these two that we've created already. And then we're going to select done. And then we're going to add or remove items here. Add or remove items. You can also edit what you want in this category. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to save this. This is just for domestic travel. Okay. And then we're going to create a category up at the top right. Is this where I lost you?
Yes, ma'am. This is where you lost me, but I'm right on time. I got you.
Okay, so we're just repeating the process again. We're just naming it something different. So international travel. Okay. And then we're just going to add these items. We're going to add the same items because, you know, service fees can be charged for both international and domestic, right? So I just clicked the done button and I'm just going to save this. Okay. So now we have domestic and international, and we can rearrange these categories. So you just drag and drop. You can combine them together as well. So you don't want them together. You want this one underneath, boom, put it underneath. But if you want to combine them together, drag it and then drop it into this highlighted box, and it'll be a drop-down menu. Does that make sense? And then you can edit them, move down, move to bottom, or edit, move up, move to top. Okay, so if you had other things here, you wanted to rearrange them, you just created them and then was like, oh, I want to alphabetize these.
Oh, you gotta hit
move them
rearrange. Okay, I see.
Yes, yes, yes. And then you just select done arranging, and then rearrange is always there. So you can always add or take away from if you want to rearrange them again. Okay. And then you also have a list view and a cherry tree view. So any questions about the categories? Excellent. I see no questions in the chat. Let me just check here. Okay, dookies. All right. Moving on. All right. So now we have the service library, and let's see if those family packages can be assigned to this category. So here they are assigned to this category now. Okay. And the reporting category is domestic travel. So I want to see if we had to assign it to a category to add a variation. So this is international travel, or we can do, let's do cruises. Okay. And then we can do a variable price on these. And then 1 hour. And then variation name again. So then let's do international travel. And then okay, so they did change it. It did, you just keep scrolling down and add stuff. Okay. So then let's do specialty travel. Okay. So
Sorry to stop you, but I don't know where you are.
okay, that's fine. I'm gonna cancel this. So do you remember how we do you remember how we were trying to figure out just before we created the categories how to make the variations and add more than two?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm curious because my brain is like, I'm really perplexed. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't add more when on my account, I do have on my regular Square account, I do have like 5 to 6 variations of pricing on some of my categories.
I actually couldn't either. Like I was actually having the same exact problem you were having.
Okay. I figured it out though. Let's go back to that family package. So I just clicked on the family packages because we assign them to a category. And I thought that it was that reason. I thought that's the issue where we needed to assign it to a category to be able to create different variations for it. And I was right. Okay. So that's why I was like, let's go do some categories real quick and come back because we definitely need to figure this out. So we assigned it to domestic and international travel here. Okay. And then we've got this fixed cost and the 1 hour durations, but we don't have any different variations. So we want to be able to create these, right? This is where we were stuck, right, Rasha? So we're definitely going to click on add on the variations. And then this is the domestic travel. This is our original package that we set up, right? So we're going to click on this variation name and name it international travel. Okay. And we were trying to figure this out. Like we were only able to make these two, right? So I figured it out. It's a variable cost. We're just going to do the hour, I'm just doing this for training purposes. So you see here is domestic and international. And do you remember it had the variation name right here?
Did we do like the event service fee and a 10% service fee? Because that's what's in my screen. I guess I did it wrong.
Don't worry, I created a second package for families. So if you're in the service,
Oh, okay.
it's the same thing for any package that you're in.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll scroll down and see like this template is for every single service. So it doesn't matter what category you have it under, you can go back and change it to whatever you want it to be under the variations table. Okay. So this is add or remove variations. So remember we had the domestic travel and then we saw the variation name and we had the international and we added that, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we're here now. We have a new variation name. So I'm going to add that to cruises. Okay. And
Okay.
I clicked on it. I clicked inside of this box, guys. Click inside of the box or click on the outside of the box and it should pop it down so you can create that variation like it just did. So now we have cruises, international, and domestic, internationals, and cruises right here. Okay. So now we're going to do like Disney and Universal. I have a specialty travel. Okay. So I'm just going to click outside of the box and then I'm going to put that at a variable price. Okay. And then for an hour and then, you can add as many variables as you want. I want 4 for this training purpose. I want 4. So boom. I figured it out. Okay. So we got domestic and international travel and cruises and specialties. So let's say you do want to create costs for these specific specialties, these variables. Okay. So if you're like, I don't want them to be varied anymore. I want them to be fixed costs. So click the 3 dots. No, sorry. Don't click the 3 dots unless you want to delete. Click the name, international travel. It'll pop up just this variation. Okay. So it'll change it to fix and then you can choose the price. Okay, boom. So now we have cruises and specialties at very varied pricing. And then we have domestic and international travel at fixed pricing. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
I'm so excited, Russia.
Me too.
Diana, are you following along? Do you have any questions? What about you, Sharon?
I'm
I
good
haven't
right
heard from
now,
you.
thanks.
Pardon?
I'm good right now, thank you.
Oh, perfect. And then Sharon, I haven't heard from you. Are you following along here? And then she's getting her hair done. Okay, we're just gonna move on. All right, so we're gonna save this because if you don't save it, it's not going to make the changes that you made. Okay, so now we have the service fees for the event service fee and the 10% service fee right here. And then we have the family packages for domestic travel, international travel, cruises, and specialty travel. Okay. So these are costs for varied pricings and then varied pricings and fixed pricing. So we've got a mixture of the two, right? All right. So now what we want to do is go to our online and the top left menu where it says items, click on the 3 dots or the hamburger and then click down on online. What we're going to do now is create your website. Okay. So you want to start your site. It's free, guys. You don't need to pay anything for this. All right. So it's going to load everything together. All right. So I did shipping. Okay. None of these apply to me, but you can do shipping if you want to, because I want to be able to send my clients thank you packages.
Sorry, can you go back for me?
Sure. So are you on the items page?
I hit the home page.
That's okay. At the top on the menu, you'll see the word online.
Oh, okay.
Okay, online, and then you start site. It's a blue button.
It's still loading, so I'm waiting.
Yeah. So you get 14 days free on the plus plan, but I chose the free plan. No. I chose the free plan, so we're just gonna get started in the free edition. It's 2.9% plus a $3 transfer fee, which is totally fine with me. But this is Bon Viaggio Training's website. So did you see that, how I got here?
Yes.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, you're just gonna select see plans at the top right corner and then select the free version. And this is where you're gonna come to, okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what you're gonna do is select website in the left side and then domains. You've got to set up your domain first. Okay, I mean, you could edit your website if you wanted to first, but most of the time you want to do your domain first. So I'm going to set up my domain. So this is trainings. So this is a square domain. And I'm just going to do that. Let's see.
So Caitlin, this is just for your Square services though, right? You've got a separate website for your travel business.
Absolutely. I did get a website from ionos.com. Let me show you that real quick. I paid $14 for the year, And I bought my domain. It gave me a free domain and the website builder and a domain protection for my website. And I built it right from this website builder that they have available. And this is what it looks like.
Thanks.
It's super easy to do, super user friendly. Pick a template and then customize it. So I was able to build this. All of this is either a template that I selected or something like all these pictures are mine. I put them together. All of these are like searched Google pictures, things like that. These are mine. Like I've been able to create a package. So at the top, you select a package. I have a Google form that I send all of my clients to fill out. So they have to be able to fill this in and then they'll get an appointment with me. And this gives me all of the qualifications. So it's like a funnel, like a sales funnel. And then the same for domestic and international, doesn't matter what they're doing, it all directs them to that form. But this is the page where it explains what type of packages that I offer for my clients. Disney has really strict marketing policies, guys, so make sure you read that before you start building a website. But I have this website linked on my link tree, which is connected to my actual Square website. So they can find this website on my link tree right there, browser website. And then this is a inquiry form. Pardon?
I have a question when you get a chance.
Sure. This is an inquiry form and this goes directly to my email. So I was able to just build page from page, and then I have a couple of pages that I want to build that are under construction, so I don't have them published right now. But this is definitely the website that I have that I send my clients to. However, that's new. I've been in this business for 6 months and I've been using this website. And this website, it's for Square services, but it's also a funnel. It's also a way to get clients. So to be able to build this, I was able to connect things, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. But Sharon, I do want to get to your question. What's your question?
So I am not tech savvy at all, and I do not have a page built. I have purchased a domain, but right now I only have the Evolution landing page.
Mm-hmm.
So should I use that to direct my clients until I'm able to work on those other ones?
Yeah. I have a lot of other, teammates that use their EVO travel agent website. That's what it's there for. It's a booking engine so that you can have your clients fill out the form and gives them your information. But this Square site, I started directing people to this Square site until I got my link tree set up. So then I started directing people to my link tree. And then now I have a website. So I'm starting to direct people to my website. And I call these building blocks. So if you're starting with just your EVO site, this is probably a good building block for you to get to the website that you want built. Okay. The domain that you've purchased, this is a good stepping stone to that domain website that you want to build. So
I'm confused because right now I want to get paid for commission. So you said you had to put a domain in that Square. So is that necessary?
Yes. To publish your site, to be able for people to use it to book, and you accept instant commissions, you need to have this domain. Because it's a website.
So can I use the Evolution domain until? No.
Okay, so you can't use the Evolution domain. That is separate from Square. This is creating your Square website. So, you remember at the beginning, I showed you, this is my Square website. Okay. I have a domain. It's bonviaggiobookings.appointments.square.site. Okay. And this comes with your Square account. So so the packages that we created with the pricing, these are it. Okay, this domestic packages, group packages, we created these just a moment ago. So what we're doing now is creating this website for you to be able to display those packages. I'm using a training account, so I don't have a website. I'm setting this up for the first time today. So this is new, and I wanted to show you guys how it was done. Does that make sense?
That I think so. I'm still a little confused because I was on a training today for the travel advisors, and they said that we have a website available to us on there. And so is this something that you should keep separate, or
So
you should,
this is so that you can accept instant commission. The website that they were talking about is separate. Okay, so this is not, Square is not related to travel agents specifically. A lot of small businesses use this platform to accept payment.
oh, this is just for payment only? Okay.
Only payment.
Okay.
You're not booking any services from this website for your clients to travel. Okay. You're booking appointments for them to be able to meet with you, but you're also taking commission payments from them. So this is how you'll get the 10% service fee that you charge at the end of their invoice. This is how you'll get that $50 event service fee. You know, this is how you're gonna get that cruising package. So I'm definitely going to explain how I charge my service fees at the end once I've created this website and can show you guys how it works and how it connects together, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and change this here. Excellent. So we've selected trainings.square.site. And then, no, we're going to use this one because it didn't want to work. So your domain has been changed. Publish your site to see this change. Okay. So what we're going to do now is connect domain. Sorry. We're going to go to edit site. Just a second. So what we're going to do is select a theme. So we do services and then so these charge an upgrade fee for them, but you get a free website. So you can preview this. And then this is what it looks like. This is like a mock for it, okay? So we're gonna select this theme up at the top right corner here. And then it'll start to populate everything. So this is the mobile view. You can change this here. Okay. You can change this here by going to desktop. All right. And then now you have your header, which you can edit your links. You can upgrade for a mega menu. You get to choose a different, this is your header right here. So you get to choose this layout, whatever you want, right? You could do center, all on the left, all on the right. I like this one. It's plain and simple. You can also choose a sticky header. So if you scroll on down, you see it also has this book appointment and box, a search and cart at the top. But I don't like that. So we're just gonna do a reveal on scroll, and then you just scroll up and it reveals, but you scroll down and it disappears. So that's pretty cool. And then, so this is like the default colors and styles. And then you can upload your logo right here. You can also choose the type of text or image text. So on the image, this is where you'll add the logo. And then text, it'll just be the name, and you can change the font size of that page too. And then you can add a different link to this URL button if you wanted to, or cancel it. And then navigation, this is on the side here. So this is different menu links for these features. And then can click done for the header, and then do the main banner. I have one of these for the layout. I don't have any words, so I have a picture here. And then I've got this booking appointments with the different, you have the different alignments right here, and then the different font sizes. So this section can be extra small, small, medium, large. I have it set on large so it can see my full picture. But the full screen banner is an upgrade, so it won't be the whole screen all the way down. But you can also change the font color and type, and then this is just, you know, the font right here as well. And then the background color, you can change it or just simply have none. So for training purposes, we're just gonna not play with that. But you can do a custom selection. So this is the features. So you could do most popular, recently viewed, ordered. You can upgrade for recommendations. You can choose an item. So what we're gonna do is choose the item that goes here. Choose item. I typically had to play with this for a couple of days to be able to get it to work. It is kind of frustrating because Square is just like, let's just do this, and then let's just do that. And it just kind of got frustrating. So I had to walk away from it, and then you just kind of explore the ideas of, you know, what it's going to look like right here, how you want it to be displayed, how many you want displayed at the same time, all kinds of different features and things like that. So you've got like the different colors, default. So it's pretty easy just to play around with it. You can custom color, gradient your color, which is the background of it. You could do radial or linear. And then you can change the color scheme. You can change how thick the black goes on, you know, the fade and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. And then you can add colors as well. So you can see how it added the white to it. And then, yeah, there you go. And then you can AI write. This is an upgrade, so it can help, like you can use the AI features to write what you want in the services and all of that, but you know, that's not something that the free edition offers. And then this is the title section. So right here, so you can change the title section. But this also changes the button number. So you can view all items, shop all. You can edit this to do stories, story page, external link, phone link, email. So if it were me and I'm setting up this button, I'd probably direct them to my form, my Google form for first time clients, and then filled small, color. This is for the font of everything. See the button color. And then, just keep on going. You can also reset to default here. And then you have your different items. So the background and different sections that you can play with. And then you've got your location and hours. If you don't want your address displayed, you don't have to have your address displayed. You can always go to the location section of your account and then edit that. And then down here, you can just toggle the map off and sorry, wrong button, guys, wrong button. You can do the details. You can drop these down and then do the paragraph 1, or you can do title 1 or whatever, or turn it off completely. And then there it goes. And then you can do hours and your link. So you can turn that off or turn it on. So you can display this as a small or a large link, and you can change the color font of it, and then you can reset to default as well. And then for the footer, you can connect your icons link. So this is where you would do your email, your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Venmo, Help, YouTube, sorry, not Help, Yelp, and then YouTube links, and then they'll display, here. And then these are the payment methods, which are down here, and then your external links for your website. So mine would be www.bonviaggiabookings.com. Yours would be whatever website link that you want to display at the bottom. And then you can also change these to be like main, light text, dark text. So if you just wanted to display the icons for the social media, you select that. And then your subscription, if you want to turn on or off the email subscription, it will show up right there. And then it'll tell you this is a confirmation message that will be sent to the client that signs up for the email subscription. So they'll be able to get this from in the email that was sent for a confirmation. And then subscription title, navigation, logo, all of that's editable as well. All right, so we have a preview. So this is the preview of what we've got so far. We don't have anything, but let's go ahead and publish this site so you can see this is what it'll look like on the desktop and then the mobile device. And then you can share or close preview. And then, so this is, sorry, let me go ahead and log out of this account and get into my regular account. And I'll show you what it looks like for my service fees on that side. All right, so underneath items, you have your wrong item section. Underneath items, you have your services, service library. So we're just gonna see, I don't have any. So I've got change requests for activities, flights, hotels, and rental cars. They're $100 a piece. And then it'll take me about 4 hours to do that. And then we've got domestic packages. I've got flights and hotels and car rentals only. These are a la carte. If the client's like, I just need a rental, or I just need a hotel, or I just need a flight. These cost $25 domestically. And then you've got your vacation package at 50 and your Disney and Universal vacation packages at 75. And then I've got group packaging. Sorry, guys. I've got group packaging, so cruising group, domestic and international. Those are also 75. I've got,
And all of these prices are just like what you charge personally for your services, right?
absolutely. So for service charges, I do just want to stress that this is your business. I'm not telling you what to charge. This is what I charge because this is what I found is what people are willing to pay for service fees. I had mine priced much higher when I first started, and I had a lot of clients decline me because of my service fee expense. So just keep in mind that service fees can add up very quickly. So if they're affordable, they're more willing to be paid, because there's a lot of times where clients can spend, you know, $500 to $800 more on their trip and get 2, 3, 4 more excursions instead of paying you. But they know that if they do that, they won't also get the services. If they don't use my services and they book a trip for themselves, they also won't get the services that we offer. So like I offer support 100% through the travel time. So I'm on call to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to deal with anything that comes up. Okay, yes, let me get their information, get their phone number, send it to me. I'll make the phone call. I'll be on the phone with them for 3 hours. I'll be the one yelling at them for the money back. Okay, I'm not going to be making my client do any of the work. You go eat something. Go sit in the pool. I'll figure this out for you. Okay.
And then so what you're showing us is basically how we would I guess be successful in just the commission side, right? Like instant commissions, I think it's called.
Yeah. So these are my service prices for Bon Viaggio bookings. I don't see a lot of people have breakdowns of service fees like this, because I chose to charge something different for each service that I offer. It does add up very quickly. But there's also like you can go through and select different things and it'll show up on the invoice that that title is going to be showing up on the receipt. So when I was playing around with my Square and I was sending it back and forth to my sister, and I said, you know, why does this title not change? I'm charging you something different, but it's saying the same thing. And so we were playing around with the categories, and then I realized I can charge different pricings for different variables to this same package title. So the international packages, you know, there's cruises or international land-based travel, or, you know, family packages or corporate packages or events or wellness things. So I want to be able to kind of itemize those payments, and that's how I'm looking at it with the variations. I'm itemizing those types of charges. So when you look at the international, I've got an all-inclusive for 100 and cruise packages for 100, but my international a la carte packages for like hotel, flights, transfers, and like excursions, that's just an international package. I charge 75 for that. So I want to be able to change the price depending on what's going on and what they're booking with me. And that's why I use these variations. But there's also like sorry, if you don't click right on the arrow, it'll pop up to edit. There's also different payment options for different things. So for quotes and invoices, this is free. Like I'm sending them a quote, an invoice for my service fee. Let's say it's a service fee for a quote. And they want to pay like a monthly payment plan. I can set that up here too. Let's say they want to make a deposit for something. My service fees also can be included in deposits as well if they decide to pay me through a deposit. Cancellation fees, I charge up to $200 on a cancellation, but I can also edit this as well. And then my service fees, of course, 10%. So whatever the total cost of the trip is, for example, you have $8,000 for an all-inclusive resort for 2 people with like tons of excursions and first class flights and blah, 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 blah. Then you're going to charge them $800 at the invoice process. And this is where I'm going to send my service fee. Okay. But I can also charge a service fee for $50 at events because they're booking, they're confirming with me through payment that they're going to attend that booking. Because people go to events and they make all kinds of appointments and then forget about them. So people have monetary holds on that appointment. They're going to not want to throw that $50 away unless that's pocket change to them. You know what I mean? But who has $50 as pocket change nowadays? Not very many people, right? So I just want to protect myself, but also like hold the client responsible too. Does that make sense? And then, so I have scheduling options. So these are the event scheduling requests and then the follow-up and consultation. So sometimes it depends if the person is being flaky at first, I'm going to charge them a consultation request fee, and it could be like $10, right? But at the end of the day, you have to remember there's a transfer fee. So I also charge a 10% tax on everything. One, because that's what my state's tax rate is, and two, because the 10% also covers the transfer fee. And then sometimes I will charge a follow-up appointment. For example, if my client fills out a Google form, and most of my consultation appointments for first-time travelers are going over their travel wants and needs and their qualifications, and I'm just getting more information about the trip, I'm not going to charge them anything for that. That's free. But the not from events. This is from like my website, for example. So if the client decides they want to move forward with my services, I'm going to charge them a follow-up. Okay, so they have to pay me money to schedule a follow-up appointment to move forward with actually going through and looking at all of the things that I've found for them. I've put presentations together for them. Like there's whole slideshows, whole slideshows. And I've put all of this time and effort into building them packages. I want to make sure that they're going to continue to work with me.
Now, when people say follow up as well as yourself, what exactly does that mean when you say follow up? What are you following up? Other
Okay.
than, I guess, you and the client.
So it's always going to be you and the client. So kind of get that notion out of that thought process for a second and look at it at a bigger picture. People make appointments all the time, right? But you don't want them to skip out on your appointment. Oh, this came up, I forgot. I understand life happens, but you can't just forget it about an appointment you put money down on, right? So first time consultations, yeah, I get that. I call them consultations. Some other people call them just like a booking appointment. when I'm meeting with somebody for the first time, it's definitely going to be just a free consultation. And that's the qualification process. They've filled out my Google form. I have their accommodation requirements and requests and wants and needs for what I'm supposed to be looking for. And then we're talking about the trip, and I'm asking them more questions about what they want for the trip, and their needs and their want and what their interests and everything that they want to see happen, right? Their location, dates, and all of that. And then I'm going to do work for them. You're very welcome, Diana. I hope you have a great evening. You can catch this on a recorded replay, okay? I don't have a lot of time in my day because I do a lot of other things for my business, for marketing and website building, and it's just me, right? And it's just going to be you too. So when you're setting up a follow-up appointment, you have to set up enough time in between for you to be able to build their package and put a presentation together. People love pictures, so they're going to want to see pictures to see where you're going to send them, what you want to put together for them. And so when you're talking about a follow-up appointment, I'm charging them a next appointment fee for that second appointment so that I can know that they're going to continue to work with me. Okay. They're not going to take the information that I've given them and go somewhere else or book with somebody else. I have a contract for my service fees that they sign on the next appointment before they make a payment. It locks them in a contract with me so that they have to pay my service fees and work with me. Does that make sense? Excellent. All right. So I also have scheduling options. I think I showed you guys the scheduling options, and then my weddings and honeymoons. I already touched base on these. The wedding and honeymoon package is my most expensive item, and that's because it does take a lot of hard work and dedication for a wedding trip to be planned. An international trip or destination wedding is definitely even more time and energy putting into it. And so that $500 consultation fee is for your bride and groom to be able to just consult with you because it's a lot of work. So all my fees are non-refundable, guys. If they don't want to work with me, they're out that $500. Okay. So if they just want a consultation on a wedding destination and then choose to do a honeymoon also, they're really happy with my services and they really want to continue working with me so that I can also plan their honeymoon too, I would then charge them first for the wedding destination and then the honeymoon destination. So I can have up to $500 for any of these packages, or as little as $250, because that's my time and effort just putting something really big together in a short period of time like that. Obviously, an itinerary for a wedding, it takes months and months to plan, but you do want to provide them something in the short term to be able to present to them at their follow-up appointment in 2-3 weeks time frame. So these are all my service fees. This is what I charge. And then this is, of course, what my website looks like. And so I'm going to teach you how to send an invoice now. So now that we are here, we're going to go to invoices on the left-hand menu. And then we're going to do send an invoice. This is also a good place to set up your monthly payments. I accept monthly payments if the client needs it. But you just add in the customer detail information. And then select the invoice title. So this is for training purposes. And then this is automatically counting up on my invoice counter. And then, thank you for supporting my small business. I typically add in, you are greatly appreciated. Can't wait to see you on the next appointment or whatever. And then the service date. So I typically do the day of and then the frequency time. So one time would be just a regular invoice. You just send that out and then they get it in the email, they pay it, and then that's done for. Recurring, you can set up a time schedule. So when you send date, send date would be the day that you're creating this time schedule. It sends out the first invoice. You start it immediately, and then upon receipt for each invoice due, it would be upon the receipt. So you could set it up on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annually subscriptions as well, and never ending after occurrences or on a specific date as well. And then you can also allow automatic payments with card or bank on file. And it does have some fees incurred onto it as well. So just make sure that you're reading the fine print of things so that when you get less money in your transfer and you're like, where did my money go? It's because Square ate it, okay? And then this is where you select the item. So this is where I would go to do an event consultation. And then this is for craft show at blase blah events, and then save. Okay, these are the discounts I was telling you about. Family, friends, I want a trip, military discount, and then sales tax. You can add the sales tax to it. Save. Oh, I gotta sneeze. And then so there's only one so this is the event that, or sorry, the invoice item that you selected from the services. So this is the total and the tax, and then the total amount for the both of them. And then you can do credit or debit. I do have Cash App, but I don't have it connected. Or you can do a bank transfer or gift card, and then you can allow tipping or allow customer to save payment method on file. And then this is the communications. You can share a link also or email it. Text messages do come through. They are reliable. And then you have, for active reminders. So there's a reminder screen in your settings that you could play around with that you can change, but I just do this on the fly. Okay, I just delete this one and then this one and then do 3 days and then add 5 days. And then at 7 days, I cancel it. This invoice will be canceled and all services will be declined. And that's what I say, and then save. And then you can do shipping, but you don't need to do shipping unless they're paying you for shipping fees. And then attachments, you can add documents or pictures, custom fields, things like that. And then you can preview.
When you add those attachments, would that be a good place where you could actually put your I guess what did you send us in the chat? Like your policies, yes. Will that be a good place you can put your policies?
So I have my policies sitting directly on my Google form. Okay. I'm doing a Google series in November. I don't have any for October. But I am doing Google Suite training in November. So I will be going over how I set up my forms for Google. and how I use them to be able to funnel my clients to where they need to go, where I want them to go. Okay. But this is the receipt. And Russia, I feel like I want to get on a meeting with you,
Okay.
like a one-on-one, so I can answer all your questions and get you started. Like, I feel like that's something that I can help you with. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is the receipt preview. This is what the client will get in their inbox, or their text message. And then if you were to buy a credit card processor from Square, they also do the printouts from, like, you know how you go up to like a small store and they hand you the credit card machine and then it prints out at the top and then you just pull the receipt off. They have these types of machines as well. So this is everything that the client will see, and then you just save as draft or send it. We're not going to send it because we didn't select a customer. You want to save as draft or discard. So we're going to save it as a draft. Okay, and then I'll show you where those drafts are. We are doing transactions. All right, so this is this is an invoice that was paid by my client. So hold on a second. So reports, here we go. Nope. I like to use this to find my drafts because they always like to move that around. It's really frustrating. Here we go. Nope. No. There we go. So we did save that invoice as a draft, but it didn't come here. So that's totally fine. So here it is. Okay. No. See, this is why Square kind of frustrates me because it doesn't always do what you want it to do, which is totally fine. But we're gonna go home and then okay, so this is the dashboard you see here where I can go to a balance, add an item, take a payment, send an invoice. You can also do that from your home screen. And then the key metrics here for my net sales and averaging and all of that. Like, I don't do many payments through Square right now because I'm still getting started. But once I start attending events and getting clients, all of these traffic of invoices are going to start coming in. So I definitely know that this is for different items and different payments and categories, and you can preview your site here as well. And then you've got your Square point of sale. This is the machine I was telling you about for the payment thing. But honestly, you can take and accept payment right from your right from your account. You can set it up and everything. All right, so we're gonna set up the appointments on the account for training so that you can set up your appointments booker on your website. So we're just gonna let this load here for a second. Do you have any questions for me so far?
Nope. Nope, right there with you.
Excellent. Just waiting on it to load here. I'm sorry, this is so long.
No, it's perfectly okay.
I appreciate you sitting through and keeping up with me.
No, this is very exciting for me. So yeah, I'm definitely here.
Excellent. I'm just gonna exit out of that page. So we're gonna go through settings. We're gonna go home. We're gonna go home here. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we're gonna set up appointments here, okay? Oh, whoa. Excuse me? Wait a second. How? How? Did that happen? Oh my gosh. For signing out here and figuring this out because that's from my personal account. So I think it's confused. All right. So the second time you log in, you will probably have to go through that verification process. And I see you laughing at me. I see you. It's like, wait a second, hold up now. I think Square's confused. Let's try this again. Because we are definitely needing to set up the appointments, which we did not get to. All right, so we're gonna add an industry. So we are just any industry to get started. Because we're a service industry, we need to be able to provide services to them. So this is setting up the appointments Square. Okay, so they automatically enroll you in the 30-day plus subscription when you set up the appointments. However, they don't ask you for any payment and they won't force you to upgrade once the subscription has ended. They'll just let you know it ended. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're just gonna start setup. This is the automatic upgrade to the subscription. Okay, you don't have to, it is right here. So we want to do the calendar first. Okay, so this is the settings button. I just clicked the calendar and then moved right on over to the right hand side to these settings. And so these are the attributes that we were talking about, the custom attributes that you can create for your services. You can also add here to the calendar as well. Okay, but these come with attributes already that you don't need to add or create on your own. Okay, so you can, excuse me, view canceled appointments. This does show where appointments were canceled on your calendar. Okay, and then view calendar by service. And then this color codes the calendar based on the service color that you selected for its little profile picture. And then you can view a calendar with or without staff photos, but I have all of these clients here. I have all of these here unchecked because I'm the only service member on my square, and you're probably going to be the only service member on your square too. So we're going to say save. And then these are your hours of operation. So I just clicked the clock next to the cogwheel for settings. And we're just going to keep Monday through Friday for now. But you can always edit your and update your hours as you go along. And so you're just going to create an appointment to test it out. So this is an appointment. You can also do a class if you're offering services. This is a plus option. So you won't have these after your 30-day subscription has expired if you don't upgrade to a plus account. Okay. But there is appointments and personal events for free edition. And the personal events just blocks out time for you so your clients can see, oh, I'm busy at this time. That block of time is not available for them to schedule. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so whenever you create an event, or I'm sorry, an appointment, it'll automatically create the client information. So we're just going to do mine to test. Okay. Sorry. I always do this and have to just press enter on your keyboard because I always click out of it and it stops doing what I'm doing. I'm like, why? But then you do, you know, your email, their email address and their phone number. Okay. And then this is not an all day or a repeating appointment. So you're just going to select the time. And then these are notes for you that show up here. So, all right. And then you're just going to select a service. So these are the same services from your service section that we created at the beginning, right? So we got family packages and services. So we can pick the family package. We're going on a cruise. Okay. So this costs, and remember to change this amount because you made it a variable cost. So you can charge them whatever you want. And then you can add a discount. We didn't set any of those up, but it's the same concept for setting up any type of categories or services or anything. It's just the same setup for that. So this isn't set up for tax or anything. So we're just going to charge a total of $150. There's no card on file. So we're just going to save it. And then it'll send me a message. This is a text. And then I'm going to get a text message from Square letting me know I have an appointment. Your appointment with Bon Viaggio trainings on 10/9 at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time has been accepted. Welcome to SMS messaging from Bon Viaggio trainings via Square. Reply to send us a message or stop to unsubscribe from receiving messages. Standard rates apply. Here you go. There you go. And that was immediately sent by Square because I set that up. So when you get, you know, familiar with your appointments, this is what it looks like. Because we selected the family packages were green and the service fees were red, remember? So this is what it looks like on the calendar. Okay. But let's say we wanted to do a service fee. So you create an appointment and then you select a client. So I'm not creating a new contact card for myself because I've already created one, right? So we're gonna do a different service. So family services, and then that would be 10% of 150 is $15. Okay, so we're gonna save that. All right, this is a test. All right, so then boom. Now we have family packages and a service fee appointment set up together. But I don't set up service fee appointments. Okay, I just send them invoices. So I'm not going to keep this appointment. I'm going to cancel it. So I just clicked on the appointment, this populated, and then I clicked on the 3 dots and canceled it. And then this appointment's canceled. Cancel. Boom. And now it shows as a canceled appointment on your schedule, and that's what it looks like. Easy peasy, right? So now your clients can make appointments with you. Now you have a scheduling book, okay? But also you can take payment. So now you want to set it up. So you set up your test appointment and you've pulled it up. Okay, so I just clicked on the green section and scrolled down to take a payment. And I'm going to set this up, set up payment. So tell us about your business. It is a sole proprietorship. This is my phone number. This is, you have a mobile business without a permanent physical location. Okay. You want to take Square checking. So you can set this up. It is a bank account. If you don't have one to transfer your funds to, you can create a bank account, and they also have high yield savings accounts as well. And then I'd have to put all this information in, but then you select next and it'll take you through the process to set up the tap on your mobile device. And then once you've set it up, it'll send you an email confirmation that everything has been set up and is ready to go. And then you'll be able to access the tap payment option from your wallet on your mobile device. So on your Android or your Apple device, whichever one you have. Any questions about that? No? Okay. So we have gone over how to set up your services, where to find everything that you really need to know about Square, how to categorize your services, how to create variations of different payment options, how to set up and publish your website, and also how to set up and make appointments. Do you feel confident that you'll be able to now mess around and play with your Square appointments account and feel good about being able to use the account? Absolutely. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Thanks so much for everyone who attended my training today. This was learning how to accept instant commissions with Square Platform. We set it up from start to finish for your absolute necessities for how to start accepting instant commission. So once you have your account set up and it's ready to go to accept appointments and create services and invoices, you're able to accept commissions, and now you have money in your pocket. So I hope this training was useful for everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.